become a murder for hire girl or something.
God, that just sounds like so much work, though. The digging of the holes and the cleaning up of the blood. Like, it's just so much.
And now, CheezWits.
Oh, you guys didn't get raptured either? Cool.
What is that? No. Is it supposed to happen today?
Yesterday it was supposed
We're
to happen.
talking about something different.
The rapture?
Oh. I didn't know the rapture was coming. I would have dressed differently.
It was yesterday.
Oh.
It was yesterday and today, and
I
still haven't pulled out all my Blondie records, so I don't know.
See, I thought they said the rupture, so I'm wearing a jock strap today. I was concerned.
Yeah, no, that's a different day.
Yeah. See, my bad. All right, listen. Chris said he's going to be in and out, so let's get right to it, Jess. Bring it.
Okay.
Go.
So yesterday, I get a phone call from a number I don't know. And they tell me that they are trying to reach my ex-husband.
Yes.
And they mispronounce his name, as you would, because of the way it's spelled. And I say,
Up with fucktail?
You're trying to reach him through me? He said, yes, we're trying to serve him or so. He said something, and I said, what has he done now? And he said, we've been trying to locate him. I said, I bet you have. What has he done? And he said, I'm not sure, ma'am. We're a process server. We're trying to serve him with papers. And I said, well, I divorced him 10 years ago. So both fortunately and unfortunately, I have no information for you. However, if I did have it, I guarantee you I would help you find him.
Jess, did you find any more information?
Well, after I got done with my work yesterday, I went ahead and looked up Maryland Case Search, where you can find out what people are being sued for.
Yeah.
Or arrested for or whatever. And he's got 2 open cases right now, both brought by credit card companies for large debts. One of them was filed last year by Discover for $6,000. And that was still being updated as of a few months ago because obviously he has not paid the $6,100 judgment.
Right.
And then the other one was filed by Capital One. And there's less information, and it's probably because it's newer. And I'm guessing that he just didn't show up for his court date because the court date was supposed to be last week.
Yeah.
But there was something on there about, I got to look up exactly what it was called because it was like a military thing that is supposed to give you, supposed to help you get out of being evicted or whatever, some sort of military protection based on your military service, except that he has never served in the military.
Oh, my God.
It said...
He really is a fucktard.
Military Service Members Civil Relief Act document. And there's nothing like when you look stuff up on Case Search, it doesn't say, it doesn't tell the story. It just has notes basically. And so it doesn't say anything about this document other than that it exists.
That's probably it because the Capital One and the other thing.
No, I mean, that was the Capital One. That was in the Capital One case.
Yeah.
That he somehow has a document protecting him because of his military service, protecting him from having to pay back a large debt to Capital One?
Because he was away in the war.
Listen.
He was fighting the war.
Yeah, your ex-husband is a cunt with stolen valor.
Stolen valor is a crime for which you will go. They care more about that than you not paying for your children. So
we are going to see Jess willingly with guys outside.
You were cutting out so bad.
They're going to be outside your house, and his son trying to catch that motherfucker.
Yeah.
God damn. Well, I have something to share with the both of you that I am going to send right there now. Let me find it there. Boom, boom. But I definitely have some shit that that you will find somewhat amazing.
Okay.
Let me see this. Let's see if this goes through. And the text.
Well, you sent to me.
Oh, Chris didn't get it. Oh, let me send.
You only sent it to me.
I
Who's
set it up to resend. Let me just.
is it yours?
Boom. Hold on. No, let me send it to Chris too. Now you both get it. You got it again, Jess. I just hit the wrong button.
Okay.
I sent it to you only by accident. I had set up the send, but it just didn't send right.
How are you not dead?
Well, I'm going to tell you what. That's not me. That's my daughter's car.
Fuck.
At 11:30 last night, I get a call. Actually, she didn't call as much as she used Facebook Messenger because she's too north and they don't have service there for cell phones, but Messenger works. She from the hospital saying, "I'm fine, I'm okay. I've rolled the car. Something ran out in front of me. I was driving home from work. Blah blah blah." So she's 45 minutes south of where the accident was, and so I drive 45 minutes north to go get her. She treated and released, and you can see. Did you see the pictures of her? That's her. She has a puffy eye and some abrasions.
Shit.
No open wounds. No, she's.
I don't know what the hell's going on with your internet, but you're cutting out and we can't hear you now.
Is it? Oh, yeah. You know what? There is a problem here though. Because I don't know. It was very slow.
Yeah.
Where is Wally?
Well, if you don't know.
I'll say this is a shit show already.
I'm gonna go over to it now. I hope and make it work. But you can still hear me.
Well, no, because your sound is dropping out too.
All right, I don't fucking know.
You know, this is like watching a monkey fuck one of those bug zapper lights.
Look,
Okay.
look at you, fuck. Okay.
And now Wally is straightening its stool. How much fun can we have?
I'm changing. Okay. Now I'm back.
Okay. And now you're feeding back, so turn off your computer one or leave from the computer.
Oh my God. Look at I am on here twice now.
Which is why you're feeding back.
Yeah, I know, but before I couldn't get on, now I can't get on. Hold on a second. Oh, let me open that. Open this. How do you fucking let me close that up? Boom. Okay.
There.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I told you, when I want it to work, it won't work. When I don't want it to work, it works fucking brilliantly.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's fucking the way it goes. As soon as you send me the link, all of a sudden, hey, you're getting me, and now I'm getting you twice. Fucking real.
So
Unbelievable.
the kid is okay.
Yeah, the kid is okay. But of course, her insurance company has already started to hassle her.
Of course.
Yeah, because so she sends them the report, you know, hey, had an accident, blah, 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 blah. They said, well, even if an animal runs out in front of you, you're supposed to be in control of your vehicle all the time. And I said, and so she said, she goes, I think it's that same bitch that yelled at me last time when she added my grandson and my son to her insurance.
Yeah.
And she said, I think it's the same bitch. And I said, yeah, it probably is. I said, but don't argue with her because they're in the business of trying to figure out how not to pay you.
Right.
Do not say anything that they can use. So just do not argue. Just say, no, deer ran out in front of me, moose, whatever it was.
I swerved, hit the shoulder, and it was done. That's it. But that fucking car, I guess I'll put that on the website later.
The pictures?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Because-
crazy.
But hello, Subaru, right?
I mean,
No,
she's
that's
alive somehow.
Yeah, that is a Subaru. It saved her ass.
Yeah.
For sure, that Subaru saved her ass. And wearing a seatbelt. So while upside down, she has to undo her thing. He didn't know he left. See, he's fucking with me. He's not even here. That fuck. Here he is fucking with me, my old man bullshit. And that fucker doesn't even know where he is.
Please hassle him when he comes back on.
God damn. He was hammering me.
Yeah.
And it had nothing to do with me. It was all the internet.
Yeah.
Oh, even when I changed, so I have two different routers. I have a Nighthawk router, and then I have the one that Spectrum provides. So I switched over.
My router this morning, I had just gotten up. I was on the internet. I was looking at some stuff, and then all of a sudden, nothing would open. And I look at my phone, and I realize both my computer and my phone are off of the Wi-Fi. So I walk out in the living room. The light is on the router. So I try opening. I have AT&T fiber.
Yeah.
So I open the app that they send you that helps you do all the troubleshooting, and the app won't open. And I'm like, well, this is probably a them problem, but let me just restart the Wi-Fi just in case that fixes it.
Yeah.
So I restart the router. The app then will open. As the router is doing its thing, which takes like 5 minutes for it to go through all the blinking and the whatever.
Oh, fuck. 3 different, yellow, a green light, a red light, a blue light, a blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. So I'm waiting for it to go through all that, but at this point the app is opening, and it's like, "Oh, hey, it looks like you're having trouble with your Wi-Fi. Let's help you get through that." And I'm like, "Okay." So it's like it says, "Start by restarting your router."
Yeah.
Okay. So I act like I'm doing that right now. It's like, "Tell us when the light is solid white." And I'm like, "Boom, it's solid white right now." And then they're like, "Okay, everything's working fine, except it's not." Oh, hi. Welcome back, Christopher.
Hello there, Cotter.
Yeah. Listen, you're fucking hammering me for the internet issue, and you don't even know you're not on with us, you son of a bitch.
I had no idea the screen was frozen, and I even took a screenshot of it.
Yeah, see,
To
I
show
think
you
it was
all.
Chris who was fucking us up the whole time, not me.
Yeah, that's
It's
probably
fucking
it.
Ohio.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Damn it.
But anyway,
So-
I end up having to get a hold of them because the app says it's working fine, and none of my devices will recognize my Wi-Fi.
Yeah, no.
I go through their chat, and the chick is like, "Oh, it looks like it got reset to the default, but I can restore it back to your custom Wi-Fi name and password." And I was like, "Okay, this is the second time that's happened in like, I don't know, 6 months or something. How do I prevent that?" And she says, "Oh, it usually happens when there's a factory reset." And I said, "Okay, well, I didn't do that in the middle of surfing the internet. So what happened?" And she's like, "Oh, it was probably an update and it just did it itself." What?
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 Yeah,
What?
I know. So, I've got the same problem. I've come home 3 times now, and I haven't been able to open the garage door because the garage door is hooked to the Wi-Fi. Right? Because the fucking thing, there's something going on with Wi-Fi. I don't fucking know what it is, but I have got to go get the key, I unlock, I come in, and I have to reset the Wi-Fi and reboot everything, and then go in and reprogram the fucking garage door. And 3 times now it's happened. I switched it off from Spectrum to the Nighthawk, and it seems to be working now. But god damn, these guys are up to some fishy shit. I'm starting to become. I'm moving towards the conspiracy theory people way. I'm moving that way. I'm moving towards the right.
The Rapture took the
Yeah.
Wi-Fi.
I'm moving towards the right. I think I'm starting to believe in this shit.
Attaboy.
There's pizza. I'm telling you, I'm starting to believe it.
By the way, Wally, I met somebody who might possibly be worse with the computer than you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are they alive or are they dead?
She's alive. She's a little bit older than you. She's 71.
Oh yeah, just a little bit.
She's an author who, I think I talked about her last week. Another author that I had worked with referred her to me. Right. And her book is almost, it's done. They're in the proofreading stages and editing. So it's almost going to be ready to be published and recorded and all of that soon. So she and I have a phone call. Now, first of all, the author that I've already worked with introduced us, he did so by email. Shelley meet Jess, Jess meet Shelley, blah, blah, blah. You all work it out. I, at this point, do not know that Shelley is 71. I reply with a Calendly link, which, Wally, if you're not familiar with Calendly, it's basically where somebody can go in and request a 30-minute meeting with me, and it only shows them time slots that I have available based on my calendar. So I send a Calendly link and I say, pick a time if you want to do a phone call or a Zoom, whatever you want to do, pick a time, we'll do it. She does that. And she schedules the time, she makes it a phone call. There's a note asking if there's anything I should know. She writes, I'm 71. This is my first book. I'm very excited to talk to you. Cool.
Nice.
We get on the phone. We have a lovely conversation. I explain to her how the process works, all of that. And I say, when we get off this call, I will email you a link to my website so you can listen to my demos. It's not a done deal that I'm going to record her book, right? She needs to hear me reading part of it. So she's going to send me an audition. She's going to send me some pages to audition with. So we get off the phone. I email her a link to my website with my demos and just a summary of the process of how it works to make an audiobook. 2 days later, she sends me an email that says, Jess, can you please send me your website again? I need to email you these pages and I don't have an email address for you.
She just sent you an email.
She emailed me to tell me that she didn't have an email address for me.
My goddamn Commodore 64 did not save your email address. How fantastic.
So I had to email her back and go, Shelley, you're emailing me now. So just reply to this email again.
Did you say, oh, Shelley, you're so cunning?
I did not.
You're cunning.
I did not.
Thanks. So did you get the pages and are you striking up a deal?
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice. You're getting pretty busy in this whole new career direction.
Maybe. We'll see. I talked to 3 different authors last week.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very fucking nice.
But one of them, she had already started the process with another narrator, and that narrator ghosted her. And
see, why does that happen?
I don't know. I guess they don't like money because she was willing to pay too. And so we talked. And I said I would work under the same terms as that narrator, and she was going to send me some pages to audition with, and she still has not done that. And so I don't know what's going on there. But she's also a relatively new mom, so I'm not nagging her.
Right. Well, these are so that's maybe the difference in independent authors and represented authors, maybe.
I've only worked.
Maybe it's a lot of work.
With I've worked almost exclusively with independent authors.
Hold on.
What happened?
Bad kitty. Bad kitty attacked good kitty.
Oh.
Yeah. Because big mama kitty thinks she's a big toughie, and little kitty smacks her around every now and again. So most of the authors are independent anyways.
Yeah, because
But
I'm not
some
on
work
the rosters
different.
for the big publishing houses yet.
You will be.
Hopefully.
You will be. Because people are going to start. They can't. So my guess is, I don't know, Jess. This is me just talking out of my ass right now. But my guess is it's a lot like radio, right? That it's a people know each other
Mm.
or know of each other.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not this vast fucking worldwide. It's a group of professionals who have a particular skill set, and they know of each other, and that's how you sort of climb, right? You do good work, but also someone says, "Hey, I know this." Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So I've got to believe that that networking stuff, that which I fucking hate so much.
Me too.
that the networking is probably key to the whole thing. But man, the fucking and that's how. So let's just. I know we're going to drift here for a second, but that's how half-assed people end up climbing the ladder
Mm-hmm.
because they network so well.
Yeah.
They kiss ass, they schmooze, they go to all the fucking little seminars and all the little meetings and every Bobby Poe convention, all that shit. That's the radio side, right? But they go to all that, and it's because it's like we've said, it's who you know, and it is who you know so often, and particularly probably true in these smaller industries
Yeah.
where the talent pool is smaller.
Yeah.
Because
sure.
Listen, everybody can, not everybody can read, but just because you can read doesn't mean you can do what you do. I can read. I can't do what you do.
No, and I'm still relatively new at it, so I still have skills to develop, but that
You
comes
get a
with
curve.
practice and time and more coaching and all of that. Which is interesting. I've had 2 different people reach out to me that I know through various parts of my life saying, "Hey, my daughter wants to get into audiobook narration. What can you tell me?" And I have to go like, all right, listen, I don't want to discourage them, but
right.
Here's what you need to, here's how long it takes to create 1 hour of finished audio. And when you're first starting out, you're not going to make money. And blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I don't want to be discouraging, but it's not as fun as you think when you're starting out.
Well, but
yeah,
it's also,
yeah, you do, bitch. Yeah, you do. Because that's your money that you're going to take.
That's my money. That's right.
It's like radio, though, because when we all were working full-time radio people, and I'm speaking strictly of terrestrial radio at this point, people say, "Oh man, what a great job! What, you only work like 4 hours a day, and even then, you don't really work 4 hours a day. You just talk like for 8 minutes an hour, and that's it." Yeah, that's exactly it. That's where we got so fucking witty by just coming in. It just right off the top of our head, man, we're there. We can come up with 30 seconds of interesting bullshit off the drop of a hat. They fucking have no idea. And just like,
and by the way,
idea.
we make $12,000 a year. Have a great day.
Yes. And we can't even afford gas to get here, motherfuckers. And
because
that's
the
truth.
people who own the
But
radio stations think we do as much work as you think we do.
Oh, yes, they do. And because, you know, when you put the stuff online, I say it's interesting to me because I know you, and when I hear you reading or have some snippets on, I was like, what the fuck? Listen to that shit. That's some kind of good shit.
But also you couldn't tell the difference between when I was lip syncing.
Well, I thought you but I thought you were doing a voice, right?
Yeah.
You know, so I was like, oh, that voice you did.
But I
believe you can do that voice.
2 videos like recently. One where it was the Texas one, where the video is like cars on the what's it called? Like that tangle of highways in Dallas. Do you know what I'm talking about? Where it's all crazy.
A cloverleaf or something?
Something like that, yeah. That's the visual. And so I have a Texas accent in that one. You leave Texas, but can you ever really leave?
Yeah.
And then I did another one where it's just
That's a good one.
it's a sunrise and it's a younger voice. Do you ever think about the sunrise and like?
Yeah, well, there's
Those
like
are both
that,
me.
I think it's the Texas one that's got the emotional thing to it. Well, one of them has a more sort of I feel it. I'm feeling it inside me, kind of thing. I'm reminiscing.
That's probably the sunrise one.
Maybe it's the younger voice where there's some sort of emotional connection you're making with something.
Yeah.
But I'm listening to it going, fuck me, listen to that shit. That is some kind of good shit.
I like the one with the accent. I just, hi, my name is Jess, and I'm a real bitch.
But that's so much more than read. 'Cause I can fucking read, but I can't do that. It would take
You've
me.
done acting. You probably could. It would just take extra work.
But not so. I guess my point I'm trying to get is I think people think you can just walk into it and do it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
It's
I
a
did.
skill set,
I thought I could just walk into it and do it because I've been using a microphone for 30 years. I know how to use my voice.
Right.
It's a total different thing. And
It's a completely different.
radio people are generally looked upon as assholes in this industry because radio people come into the audiobooks going, I know how to use my voice. I've been doing this for 30 years. We all do that. We all walk in and think we can just do this.
Yeah, well, I actually don't because I don't. I use the voice I used on the radio just like was my voice.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't. I wasn't.
I mean, I used my
I wasn't
voice on the
trying to
radio
portray
too,
anything.
but I also was doing commercials and pretending I gave a fuck about Johnny's House of Chairs and
Right.
you know, for all your House of Chair needs, contact Johnny. Like I was not pissed off about something when I was like, for all your House of Johnny needs.
But you might be able to. But there's a formula, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a formula.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much different when you're actually having to portray real emotion and make it believable.
Yeah.
And portray real pain and anger and the whole gamut of shit. That's fucking impressive shit. And I'm not saying just because I know you and I have love in my heart for you, but it's true. Your shit's good.
Thank you.
And I listen to audiobooks, so I know good shit because I've listened to some shit from some major readers. I don't know if they're major readers, but major books.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucks. Some of it really sucks.
If they're major books, they're probably major readers, or they're the problem is that professional actors, like well-known actors, are getting in on it. And like I just saw one, I logged into Audible to see a review that somebody posted on one of my books. And the first thing that popped up was Kerry Washington is voicing an audiobook. Okay, Kerry Washington has enough work.
Yeah. You know what? I think that same thing, though I'm listening to John Cryer's book right now, but he's reading his own memoir.
Which is fun. John Cryer can read his own memoir. I don't want to hear John Cryer reading a Stephen King book.
No, exactly. I don't want to hear John Cryer reading somebody else's book either.
But
because when he's reading his own shit,
there are popular actors who are reading Stephen King books and they do a fucking good job at it, and it pisses me off because they're good at it.
Well, I would. So I used to think that Donald Sutherland, that fucking guy could read just about anything and sound good.
Yeah.
That fucking guy could narrate. It's just this. You listen to that guy, you're like, that fucking guy's unbelievable.
I'll be back. I'm going to lose you in the elevator.
All right, we'll be here.
Going up for a massage. I catch him. He's going up on the massage time. Yeah, where is he? He's in Ohio. Is he in Akron?
He's in Columbus, where they're eating the dogs.
Oh, right, Columbus. Because I told him to go to the zoo.
Yeah.
Correct. Hey, get rid of all our junk cars. Are gone.
Well, that was happening last week.
No, they ended up going. The last one went last night.
Oh.
And so all 4 gone. And I hesitate to say junk cars. They were just the plow truck, which I'm really mad about because when I I just gave that away to the surplus people, the people that collect them. I said, no, it doesn't start, doesn't run, doesn't move. I went out, put the key in it, turned the key. Fucking started right up. It's been parked for 8 months. Started right up, moved it, put it into place, and they came 2 days later and got it. I said, I could have got $200 for it at least.
Yeah.
The Armada started right up and moved. Like, fuck me. The Volkswagen, that did not start right up. They took that one away. and then the Volvo did not start up either.
Mm,
You know, but it's so good to get them out of the fucking yard.
I bet.
And I hate it. I really was considering getting a single wide trailer to surround, so my cars could surround it and look like it belonged. I put it out front with a couple of old tires as flower pots.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Make a
something like that.
toilet flower pot centerpiece.
Absolutely, a toilet flower pot. Daphne turns 12 next week.
Aw.
Can you believe it?
How's she doing? Better?
Yeah, she is doing better. And you know, I'm not sure if it's the love she's getting and the support she's getting, or a combination of that support and the chemical, the medicine. Yeah, but I do have a concern, Jess, and you've done counseling. I've done counseling. I do have a concern that maybe at her age, I wonder if having too much therapy doesn't feed into the need for it. I feel terrible. I need to. If it's not created, I don't know. I'm not saying it is.
See
but
any
I
downside
wonder.
to talking to somebody who's not personally invested in your life about things that you're having problems with, though? Like, if it sets her up for a lifetime of therapy, so what?
Oh yeah, I know. I agree with all of those things. I'm wondering if she's crutching it at all. I'm hoping she's not crutching it.
Wally, I
she's
will
not-
tell you, in my opinion, having somebody to talk to about being fucking 12
Oh, it's great.
has gotta be good for her.
Yeah, I would guess so, for sure, because it's just
Because what a terrible time to be a child. What a terrible age to be, especially a girl. But I say that because I don't know what it's like to be a 12-year-old boy. But what a terrible age to be a girl.
what do you don't know how it is to be a 12-year-old boy. you know, a 12-year-old boy, you sound like Misfit Toys. We're the land of misfits. That's what it's like being a 12-year-old boy when you know 12-year-old boys. You're if you're in the 7th grade, you're taking showers in front of other boys naked, and you're having I think it's changed now. That's the way it used to be.
Mm.
You know, it used to be, group showering, and everybody's voices are changing, and penis size and all of that shit. That's all the stuff that figures into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And 12-year-old, 13, 14, 15-year-old boys, they don't care. They will say, oh, that kid's got a huge penis. He's got a huge dick. Or, oh, he's got a little tiny mushroom head. And it kills, right? And so whatever girls have, boys have the same fucking shit that they're dealing with too. It's just, I think boys spend less time hiding from it, and girls.
I think the problem is, in part, though, Wally, the difference is that when girls are developing, where they're developing starts to show publicly.
Oh, it sure shit does.
Boys,
And
you
that's
don't
gotta
see
be
any
rotten.
difference. You don't see any difference when these boys are walking around. You don't know if their dick got bigger or not. But you sure as shit know if a girl got boobs early.
Yeah, you absolutely see that. But then for the boys, it's like Dagan needed to shave a year ago. But just a little, 3 long hairs over here, 4 over here.
Hey, I have that too.
But
3 long hairs right here.
He won't do anything about it. And I would tell him, David, you got to shave, bud. You really, I don't know about that. I'm afraid of the. It's just, it definitely, it's not boobs, but there are, each gender has its own sort of fucking hurdles, right?
No.
And some of them are visible, and some of them are more visible than others. But they just really do. It sucks for kids.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucks for kids. And I've sort of come around to the thinking that, no, I was already always at the thinking that it sucks for kids more now because of internet,
For
and because
sure.
of because the bully part of it, and it's really about the bully part of it,
Because it can
is
follow you
so,
everywhere.
it's so fucking horrible. But then the part where you feel inferior to, hey, look at me, I'm fantastic because I live in the big house up on the big hill and I've got everything and you're fucking shit. It sucks for kids.
Yeah.
That kind of pressure sucks. I'm not sure how well I would have done with it at 12 years old, but we didn't have any of that shit.
No.
Anything that we heard was face to face, or so and so said. It was behind, oh, you've been talking behind my back.
Where somebody had
Like,
to pass you a note or put it in your locker or some
yes,
shit.
right. Like, you're a bitch. And throw a note
But
in your locker.
That brings me back to having therapy as a 12-year-old has got to be helpful. And I kind of compare it to, for myself, I started therapy for my eating disorder the week before lockdown. So I was in therapy through all of COVID. I think that was beneficial to me.
Yeah, well, I think, but also, I think, yeah, absolutely beneficial to you. But do you still go to a therapist in person? Or do you still do
I
it
could
online?
if I want to. I could go if I wanted to, but it takes so long to get into town that
Okay.
it's less obtrusive to my day to just do it virtually.
I think for kids, it's better in person.
Yeah.
Than online, just because of the I don't think they're prepared or they're capable of taking all that in online,
Mm-hmm.
because online is where they're getting persecuted to begin with.
Right.
So I think in person, face to face, where you can feel the energy in the room,
Mm-hmm.
and you can feel the energy coming from the other person, and you can, yeah. And I also think it's much easier, whether you're a kid or you're the therapist, to be distracted when you're not in person. And it's easy for a kid to, the therapist may look away, look at some notes, and it's such a small little picture here in the phone
Yep.
that it looks like you're not paying any attention, but you've moved your head, 3/4 of an inch the other way, but it looks like you're totally just fucking ignoring and looking at something else.
Well, and even if, as myself, like I'm distracted by the window right there. So I could look like, while I'm in therapy, I could look like I'm distracted too. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, who's
Yeah.
going out? See, like that.
Yes, exactly like that. Like me, I just get up in the middle, like Chris, just in the middle of a conversation. Hey, I'm going on an elevator now.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys later.
Mm-hmm.
He has some nerve talking about me. And he has some goddamn
Did you
nerve,
see,
'cause
though,
the
he
last
sent the
couple of
screenshot?
weeks.
Did you see the screenshot? The reason
I saw
the reason that he thought that he was still on was because the screen didn't show that he had been disconnected. It just showed that we were all frozen.
Oh God, let me see where he is. Oh yeah, I see it. Yep. Yeah. But look at it, all his shit's red. His picture's red, his microphone's red.
Well, that's because his microphone was muted and his camera was off.
He doesn't know what he's
which
doing
is
any more
normal
than
for
I
him.
do.
That's how he operates.
That is how he operates. That is. So in the job, I have my interview tomorrow.
Yeah.
In your job search, any new leads or any new direction or any new thoughts?
No.
Do you have any sort of like thought about at the if worse comes to worse, I'm going to
No.
become a murder for hire girl or something?
God, that just sounds like so much work, though. The digging
But
of the
but
holes and the cleaning up of the
no,
blood. Like, it's just so much.
I think you just do the wet work, and then they have the cleaners come in.
Okay.
You just have to do the whacking of people.
Okay.
You can just be the ingenue.
No, I haven't given that any thought because it's far enough away that I can keep my
Right.
head buried in the sand for right now. And I'm just trying my hardest to make this audiobook thing get to a point
I
where it's actually bringing in enough money to at least pay the bills. I don't need it to make me rich. I just need enough to
Yeah.
pay the bills, and we're not anywhere close to that yet. But I'm actually getting faster at it, so I can do more books per month.
Right.
But also, I'm currently working on. I'm once again in the spot where I'm working on the last one I've been booked for. The 71-year-old woman has not booked me yet. She said she's going to, so I know that's coming. The chick who was ghosted, I don't know what's going on with her, but that's not going to be enough money to make a mortgage payment. Like, it's going to be money, but it's not going to be enough money to make a
Right.
mortgage payment.
I would be concerned about the 72-year-old or 71-year-old. She's old.
Yeah, but she
You
also
wanna
has
get
that
that
other
book before
author
she
that she's
falls
working
over.
with. So he's going to help her get everything set up and
Good.
do all the
Because
stuff.
you want to get ink to paper before she like crashes.
Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah.
get that done. Well, I think just I think you are on the right track, and I hope that you're able to continue moving that way, because I think there's a glorious change in you.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. You seem to be so much more enthusiastic about this than you were the
Well,
other.
because honestly, for the most part, I work for myself. I mean, obviously, there's the authors. I have to get their approval, and some of them are frustrating. But for the most part,
Yeah.
I work for myself. I set my own schedule. Nobody gets to tell me shit about shit. You know,
Right.
I don't have to deal with assholes most of the time. Sometimes,
I am Norm.
you know,
My name's Norma Eilenberg. I'd like you to read a book for me.
there was a book I did a couple of months ago, and it was straight pay. And the author, after approving the checkpoint with voices that I did, it was her memoir. So I try to be a little bit more understanding about it because these were actual real people that I was representing. But I had done the 15-minute checkpoint. Here's the voices I'm going to use for these people. She approved it. After I finished the whole book, she decides that she doesn't like how I voiced her mother. And so I have to go back and redo every line her mother has said in the whole book. And she has gone through and sent me a voice note, line by line, how she wants it read. There were 71 changes in the first round of pickups. And then when I finished those, and I did charge her more money for them.
That's what I was. Do you have, like, in the contract, does it say something about changes and redos?
If it was my mistake, then I don't charge for that. But she's making a creative change after she approved the creative in the first place. Then I charged her for that. And then she came back with another 30 or 40 changes that she wanted. So I had to go, I charged her again. That was a big pain in the ass. And then I had sent her a note saying, would you be willing to write a testimonial for my website? But I had combined it with something else. And she responded, okay, great. And then I had sent her another note asking, with two things, hey, the book went live today. Also, quick reminder, would you be willing to write a testimonial for my website? And she was like, oh, great news. Thanks. So I was like, all right, I'm going to not ask her anymore to write a testimonial for the website. And then 5 weeks goes by and she's like, I didn't forget. And she sent me a testimonial for the website.
So it sounds like, so just judging from you people, you're dealing with people who are really busy with other stuff too.
Probably, yeah.
and they just get like,
I feel like most independent authors probably also have other jobs.
I would guess so, right? I would guess that maybe they're writing for the Country Courier or something,
Or they're
or
teaching, or
they're
they're whatever.
yeah, they're dental hygienists. They've got other full blown up jobs
Yep.
which require, or their moms or their dads or whatever, and they're completely engrossed in this thing called family.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, family.
Oh, that.
Yay. Oh, yippee yippee.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah.
But
Listen,
yeah, so there are
just gonna say this.
there are, like anything else, there are difficult personalities, but for the most part, I feel like, it's the work is fun and nobody gets to oversee my time or anything. Like, so it just, this was my hope, was that when I retired, that I could do this.
Right.
So am I retired now? I don't know. That remains to be
No.
seen.
I don't think you're retired. But it's got to be kind of interesting and fascinating to be reading this shit and playing out all the characters.
Yeah.
It's got to be fun. It's so creative that I can't imagine it ever being boring. I can imagine it being frustrating at times when you're trying to figure out
It's hard.
how you want to play the character.
Yeah.
And how you want to voice the character, because it's solely on your shoulders.
It is. One of the things that I found really
decisions.
helpful with that is I send a document to the authors before I start recording, and I ask them for each character to tell me things about the character. Where are they from?
A little backstory.
How old are they? What do they have an accent? What do they think about themselves? What do other people think about them?
Right.
If a movie was going to be made of your book, who would play them? What actor do you picture in your head when you picture this character?
So involved.
And that all helps me figure out. Like, if you tell me Tom Hanks is going to play your character, I'm not going to do. I don't physically have the ability to do Tom Hanks's voice, but it gives me an idea, like a picture in my head of how he sort of talks, how he delivers words and phrases.
Yeah, light and airy and wide open.
Yeah.
Not cranky and
maybe a little bit more like this, a little bit,
yeah.
Whereas
Happy and open to suggestion, open to life, it's just open.
Yeah.
It's a very open tone. It's not closed in a little small box.
Yeah.
It's I just think it's fascinating shit. I think you're, I mean, I don't want to use the word lucky. That's not the word I want to use here. I want to say that you're just, it's fortunate that you're skilled and that you have the joy for it, because it's hard shit. It really is hard shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I only acted a little bit in a few things, in some theater and some TV stuff. It's hard.
Yeah.
And I know people don't think it's hard, but it is fucking very hard, at least in the acting part, to walk across one side of a street to another side of the street and not look like you're acting.
Yeah.
It is so hard to get into the frame. And I mean, it is hard to get into the frame of mind that I am creating who you are and then doing it. And you're doing it and also speaking it. That's hard shit.
And unlike an actor in a movie who has one character to focus on, I'm doing all of them.
Yeah, you got all of them.
In most cases.
You're doing almost all. So have you done any books where there's more than one voice, or you're just the voice, or that's it?
More than
you're
one.
the only person doing
more
the
than
reading.
one narrator, you mean?
Yeah. Other collaborators.
I've done one where there were three narrators.
How was that?
It was great. It was through a production company, so I didn't have to do the editing. I didn't have to do anything but my chapters that were my character.
How nice is that?
Yeah, it was good.
So the editing must take an ass long amount of time.
It does. So
yeah,
the recording itself takes probably 1.5 to 2 times as long as it ends up being, because you're stopping when you mess up words or whatever. And then the editing takes 2 to 3 to 4 times as long as the finished audio, because you're
Jeez.
fixing mistakes and making sure there's no noises, and every little noise gets picked up. So if I accidentally hit this while I'm
Yeah.
recording, I got to edit that out or redo that part, or what, it's really time consuming.
And what happens? What happens like when you're in different voice? So you've got a cold, you've got a scratchy voice, you've been reading, so you got to just take the break.
Yeah.
See, that's gonna suck too.
Because you can't have half the book in one voice and then the other half sounds
Well,
like this, because that would
and-
be you would not
and
want to
here's-
listen to a whole audiobook that sounds like this.
What made me think of that is John Cryer was talking about one of his first movies that for one part of the movie he got sick, but they still worked, and his voice sounded very differently in like several scenes
Mhm.
from when he was sick, but they were still having to shoot because there were smaller budget films, and it's get the work done.
Yeah.
And it all interests me very much.
Mm.
The thing that I don't have is I do not have your tenacity or desire to put that as much effort as you have into getting good at it.
Yeah.
20 years ago, I would have. Now I don't, because it is something that when I hear you talk about it, I say, but I think I'd like to try my hand at that, but I already know.
You can hire
don't
somebody
have
to
it.
do the editing parts. You can source that out. I just don't, because
Yeah.
I need to make whatever money I can make myself.
Yeah, I know, but the reading part of it is the would concern, and I am not in. It's not like radio for me. When I was 24 years old, or 19 years old, or 16 years old, and I would give 10 hours every day to it, 15 hours a day. I would go work at the station. If it was 24 hours in a day, I was 19 hours working either at the station or at home putting it together, and I don't have that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish I did, but I don't, for the creative part of me anymore. It's sort of. But that being said, I do have it in me to exploring new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's like this job interview. I'm interested in other things that I'm willing to put all kinds of effort and time and learning space into, because it is really about the learning space, right?
Yeah.
It is for
And
me.
I figure there's probably some job that is adjacent somehow to what I've been doing,
Right.
because I never thought that I would be doing what I was doing for the last 10 years. If you had told me 20 years ago that I would have a studio in my house and I would be making a better living than I ever made in radio as an
Right.
internet radio host and programmer, I would have laughed you out of the room. It never would have occurred to me in a million years that was a job I could do and enjoy. And even before that, when I was working at Country Air Check, the trade publication, as a writer, it wasn't my favorite job, but it was a look into a side of the industry I'd never seen before.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I figure there's some adjacent job. If there's not a job that I have direct experience doing, there's some adjacent job I just haven't found yet.
Well, then that's sort of what for me. So I got the stuff for a studio, but I ended up doing, having a marketing business instead, where I made way more money than I ever made in programming and ops and on air. And I love doing it.
Yeah.
I'd still do it too, but the dynamics has changed, and the kind of marketing I was doing is different from, because I also have no interest in expanding my skills there and learning how to do online marketing and learning the AI, and I have no interest in learning or knowing how to do it.
Yeah.
And I think it's because I know from my experience that it's 10,000 hours to get, and I don't think I have 10,000 hours to give to it, or that I want to get. I want to use my 10,000 hours in some other area to learn something else more. I'm not devoted to it. I don't. I have such disdain for a lot of it. Like how do you try to get good at something you have disdain for?
Yeah.
Like I have such disdain for the internet and internet marketing because of what it did to our known profession, and I also have such disdain for AI and technology in general.
Yeah.
That to go into a field where technology is the foundation of what you're going to do, fuck no.
That's pretty much every field, though, now.
Well, yes, but you can still. I mean, you need to have technology as a part of it, but it's not the fucking foundation of I don't know, doing plumbing. You use it, but you're still gonna pull fucking copper tubing and PEX, and you still have to do that. It's still hands-on bullshit.
Yeah.
You can get some drawings from AI and some suggestions, but this shit here, AI can fucking do it.
By the way, sorry, subject change, but I got a call from now my third representative from the roofing company apologizing to me that the other two stopped, that I can't, I may have gotten the other guy fired because I couldn't get a response, and I went on their website to see if there was a general email address I could reach out to, and there was a chat, and so I chatted. And I said, I haven't been able to get this guy to respond to me in a month. It's been 6 weeks since the insurance adjuster said blah, 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 blah. I just want somebody to let me know what's going on. So I got today, now my third representative, 2 have been fired because they stopped replying to the customers. Third one called me today. He apologized profusely and then told me that they are scheduled to come out on Monday and do the work. And to start to do the work on the outside. And they can only start doing it because as soon as they start, they're going to destroy the shingles. Then they're going to have to send that video to the insurance adjuster so he can go, oh, guess what? You were right. You can't do this without destroying the shingles. So they're going to start that. But I said, do you have any information on the work inside the house? And he was like, wait, what? So he said, if I don't have an answer to you by the end of today, I will have it to you by tomorrow. What's going to happen with that?
Oh,
okay.
Let's hope.
We'll see.
Fingers crossed.
We'll see what happens.
Well, I'm glad Chris was able to make it back. Chris, thanks for coming back.
Yeah, good to see you, Chris.
Chris?
He got raptured.
He's gone. Okay. Well, hopefully next week we don't have auto accidents to talk about.
No, and you'll have a new job to tell us about. Good luck tomorrow.
I hope. No rogue ex-husbands.
Listen,
no stolen
when I got that phone call and they said his name, I thought they were going to tell me how mad I was somehow in trouble because he was randomly getting pictures of poop texted to him. Which,
you know what?
By the way, that QR code that I told you about, may have been given to someone in the Navy.
Oh, I got to tell you something though. When you sent me the little note that said, hey, I've got some show prep, call about, and all I could think of was, oh my God, this is going to be about poo. I thought
that's what the call was about. When they said his name, I was like, oh shit, I'm in so much trouble. I don't know anything about pictures of poop, sir. But it wasn't that.
No, but that is exactly went through my mind too. It was like, oh no, she must got a call about poop pictures.
No, he's got bigger troubles than pictures of poop.
Yeah. Oh my God. Listen, I hope, not I hope, I know you will never find a guy as bad as that guy again, ever.
You think I couldn't?
Well, that's the question now. Could you?
I could find one, but I think I'm pretty smart about letting them go faster now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I would say,
3 days. That's it. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Have a good day.
All right.
All
good luck
listen,
in your
have
interview
Have a
tomorrow.
good rest of your week.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.